Hello everyone, welcome back to Fuji-san Jr. Today, it's that time of year, March Madness, and I'm so excited to make this bracket. I've been following college basketball this year, majority of the times, and hopefully I can make a decent pick and make the correct decision, at least for the winning team. I'm a UConn fan. I went to UConn throughout my college, so I might be a little biased, but at the same time, I'm going to make it as realistic as possible. So, Auburn and a 16, Alabama State or SFU. Auburn's going to make it. Louisville, Creighton. I know this is going to be in Kentucky, but I think Creighton's going to do the job. Louisville's hot, but I don't think they're going to beat Ryan Kalkbrenner and that team. Michigan and UC San Diego. As much as San Diego is a hot pick right now, and they've been playing really well, I think the Big Ten champs are going to win, so I'm going to choose Michigan. And then this is going to be my first upset, Yale over Texas A&M. I think Yale is going to be shooting the lights out, and it's going to upset just like last year. Literally beat Auburn last year too. Ole Miss or either San Diego State or UNC. I'm going to pick UNC or San Diego State over Ole Miss. I think they're just a much better team overall. There is a debate whether for the whole UNC Xavier with the quad ones, but I think overall I think they're still better. Iowa State, Lipscomb. I don't know about. There's one guy from Iowa State that's injured right now. I don't know if he's going to be back. I know he's a starter, but I'm going to have Iowa State go over or taking Lipscomb. Marquette, New Mexico. The Lobos are hot. They're really good. I think Cam Jones is going to just take over. Shaka Smart's going to figure his team out. So I'm going to go with Marquette. And then Michigan and Bryant, I'm going to go with Michigan State. Tom Izzo. All right. We're going to go until I'm going to keep going. Auburn, Creighton. I think Auburn's going to beat Creighton. Michigan and Yale. I'm going to go with Michigan. San Diego State, UNC. I'm actually going to go with San Diego State or UNC. And then Michigan, Marquette, Michigan State. All right. Auburn, Michigan. I'm going to go with Auburn. Michigan State, UNC, I think their run's going to end. I'm going to go with Michigan State. And then Michigan State is actually going to take down Auburn, even though they didn't go against each other in the Maui tournament. I think Tom Izzo's team is going to do well and beat Auburn. Auburn has been on a little choke right now, but hey, they're going to do pretty well, I assume. Right, to the east, Duke is going to beat the 16 seed. Mississippi State, Baylor. Mississippi State were okay throughout the season. Same with Baylor, though. This is going to be tough. It's literally a coin flip. But I think Edgecombe is going to, and his team is going to beat Mississippi State. Oregon, Liberty. I think Oregon. Akron, Arizona. I can see a potential upset. But I think Arizona, Caleb Love and his team is going to beat them. BYU, VCU. I think BYU this year is going to make it to the second round, unlike last year. And Wisconsin, Montana, Wisconsin. St. Mary's and Vandy. I think St. Mary's is going to go through. And then Alabama is going to beat Robert Morris. All right. Duke, Baylor. Cooper Flagg's going to be back. They're going to go through. Oregon, Arizona. I think Oregon's going to make it through. They're going to beat Arizona. Pac-12 rivalries before. BYU, Wisconsin. Wisconsin's, I forgot who's on Tanje or something. If he gets hot, I think Wisconsin's going to win. But BYU, I mean, besides losing to Houston by 20, I think BYU is going to upset Wisconsin. And then St. Mary's, Alabama, I think Alabama's going to go through. And then Alabama and Duke. Ooh. And if Grant Nelson is healthy, I think Alabama's going to win. But I think Duke is going to roll through the Crimson Tide. All right. On to the West. Florida, Norfolk. Florida, unfortunately. UConn, Oklahoma. I think UConn's going to beat Oklahoma. I have faith. Memphis, Colorado State. All right, Colorado State. They've been very hot. But I do not know whether Tyrese Hunter is going to be back or not for the Memphis team. If he's back, I think Memphis is going to win. If not, it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go with Memphis. Maryland, Grand Canyon. Maryland's starting five is like one of the best, so I'm going to go with Maryland. Missouri, Drake. I'm going to go with Drake upsetting Missouri. Texas Tech, UNC, Wilmington. Texas Tech. Bill Self, John Calipari. John Calipari is going to take over Kansas. And St. John's, Rick Pitino, is going to beat Omaha. All right. Florida and UConn. Upset alert. UConn is going to beat Florida. Trusted Alex Caravan for shooting his lights out. Solo ball, Liam McNeely. As long as the bigs don't get in foul trouble and Hassan Diarra and Aiden Mahaney don't turn the ball over, I think UConn can get a good fight against Florida. Don't at me. Memphis, Maryland. I think Maryland's going to beat Memphis. You know, Haggerty is crazy as well. Memphis team is strong. I don't know. I'm going to go with Maryland. Drake, Texas Tech. I'm going to go with Texas Tech. Oh! Arkansas and St. John's. John Calipari and Rick Pitino. Oh, they hate each other. I'm going to go with St. John's. Yes. UConn and Maryland. All right, I'm going to be real. I think Maryland's going to beat UConn, just like how they did in 2019, unfortunately. And then Texas Tech, St. John's. I think Rick Pitino and his team is going to go through. Ooh, actually, St. John's. And then Maryland and St. John's. I'm actually going to pick Maryland over St. John's. All right, the Big Ten matchup right there. On to the Midwest. Houston is going to beat the 16 seed. The battle of the Bulldogs, Gonzaga, Clemson, McNeese. I'm going to go with Clemson. I think they're going to be a tough team. Purdue and High Point. I think Purdue, Trey Kaufman, Wren, and then the All-American Braden Smith going to win. I think Texas and Xavier is going to beat Illinois. Illinois has been on and off. I think Kentucky is going to beat Troy. It's with Mark Pope, new team. I believe in them. UCLA, Utah State. I think UCLA is going to beat Utah State. And then Tennessee is going to beat Wofford. Houston, Gonzaga. I think Houston's going to go through. Purdue, Clemson. I'm actually going to have Clemson over Purdue. And then Xavier, Kentucky. I'm going to have Kentucky. And then Tennessee, UCLA. I'm going to have Tennessee. Battle of the Sec. And then I think I'm going to have Clemson actually upsetting Houston right here. And then Kentucky beating Tennessee. And then Kentucky is going to beat the veteran team. It's going to beat Clemson going to the Final Four. Michigan State, Maryland. I'm going to go with Tom Izzo. And then Duke and Kentucky. Is this going to be a redemption game for Duke? No. I'm going to go with Kentucky beating Duke. And then the final, Tom Izzo and Kentucky, Mark Pope. Great game. I'm going to go with Michigan State. Final score, it's going to be a pretty ball-out game. 85-80. Actually, 79. All right. Finish my bracket. So that is my bracket. I have Michigan State winning. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.